All right, welcome back, my friend. So, from one of my favorite books of all time, Warrior, Lover, Magician, King, but by Rod Boothroyd. He kind of explains the four male archetypes: the warrior, the lover, the king, the magician. And one thing that stuck out to me today about the magician specifically, in a nutshell, the magician is the energy within you that is responsible for your creative force, your creativity, your connection to spirituality and to nature, and your love of all those things, in a sense. It's your intuitiveness, your scientific, creativity, thinking outside the box. That's what it's capable of. And I was thinking today, well, in how do you kind of become more creative, right? We know environment is very, very important to become creative because, if you constantly subdue yourself to different environments every single day, for example, you go out to the park, then you go out to a cafe, and then you go to the beach, or you go to this national park and you go to this museum, right? You're seeing all these things. What's happening is all this outside stimuli, all these outside ideas and designs and ways of expressing are being fed into your mind, your subconscious mind too. And as you're receiving the stimuli, your magician is pretty much responsible and capable of deciphering what it's seeing and giving you ideas and creative thoughts out of what you're seeing and understanding, in a sense. So I would often, and you guys might relate to this, I would often find myself outside, maybe going for a walk and not really thinking about anything, and just walking and seeing what my mind gives me. And I often come up with like video ideas and thoughts and, business ideas and decisions that I want to make. Similarly, when I'm maybe outside at my garden, I used to have a garden, and every morning, 6-7 o'clock in the morning, I make myself a coffee, and I just go to my garden and see how the life is coming and how everything's growing. And from there, it was a sense of peace and serenity, and it allowed my magician to work because I wasn't getting any distractions, and the environment was perfect. There's creativity everywhere in that environment. So I was always getting creative thoughts and ideas, and it was a way for me to let go of extra thoughts. So then another concept that you need to understand if you want to become more creative is, for something to come in, there needs to be room, right? And if there's no room, all these things coming in, it's just going to flood and overcloud and, burn out your brain or your subconscious, in a sense. So for something to come in, there needs to be room. How do you make room? If you don't have any room in your mind for thoughts, right? If you've just been thinking all day and you just I don't want to take any more of this shit, right? If that's what you're thinking, well, there are certain practices that we can do. Meditation is one of them. And I think another one really is immersing yourself in an environment which is close to nature, in a sense. Somewhere quiet, perfect is the garden, right? I used to have a garden, and it was my perfect area, nice and quiet, where I can just slow down and watch all the plants grow and not think about anything and let go of stress all at the same time. You need an environment like that. I can't give you much examples because the only example I have was the best one for me. Another one could actually be going for a bushwalk or going into the forest or a trail by yourself. Just subduing yourself to your environment and immersing yourself in the atmosphere and letting go of what you're thinking. Not only that, is that going to reduce stress and reduce how much you're thinking about and slow down your mind, but also from everything that you're seeing from the stimuli, you're going to get more creative thoughts. You're going to be inspired more. So look after your magician. Make sure your magician is quite mature and not inflated or deflated. Make sure it's healthy and use it to your advantage. The magician is just a tool. It's your way of expressing yourself creatively, so use it.